welcome to Chaka Quantics. Now in this video I will be taking us through how to prepare preliminary estimates, alright, for any project that you want to work on, and I will be referencing it to the NIQS test for professional competence examination so we can have a base. All right, now I'll quickly go into the question, then whatever definitions we want to give, we'll give them, or we want to begin a solution. And this is the question quickly. It says that a client has appointed your firm as quantity surveyors for a proposed hotel development with approximate gross floor area of 5,000 square meter at Lekki, Lagos State. The client urgently requires a preliminary cost estimate for investment appraisal purpose. That is the purpose, investment appraisal purpose, because preliminary estimates are usually initial rough estimates prepared further for quantities, for materials, or for resources, right, for a particular project. They are initial rough estimate. See this one now, see the purpose, for investment appraisal purpose, to determine either the viability, right, of that particular project. You are to prepare a preliminary cost estimate in elemental format for the proposed project using the following cost information. They've given us a format, right? This is an elemental format. All right, is it proposed project using the following cost information of similar project. Start date is this, the completion date is this, the gross floor area is this, 3,850, and cost analysis for the previous project is given below. Now this is what we have here. Substructure is 7 million, frames is frames and upper floor 85,800,000, and all, and the total is there are no contingencies. Total after that is 1,010,027,096 naira 75 kobo. All right, now these are other information we have here. Say assume average inflation rate from the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) to be 30%. That is when this project was executed, and now the inflation rate is 30%. That is what we should use. Now it says there will be need for 5% addition for foundation differential, right? So in the foundation, in the substructure, there will be need for 5% differential, foundation differential, and also there will also be a need to adjust for finishes quality by adding 10% to the previous cost of finishes generally. All right, this cost of finishes. All right, now we have finishes to be 148,700,000. all right, so we have that. Now let's see how this plays out. All right, now quickly this is what we have here. This is the project title, project hotel development. Now this is the gross floor area of the proposed. Now this is the gross floor area of the similar project we are using to get the preliminary estimate. Now this the other details. All right, before I proceed, if you are here to subscribe to this YouTube channel, please do also like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, so you will be one of the first persons to get notifications when we upload new videos. All right, now we have the gross floor area of the previous project. We have the gross floor area of the proposed project. Now this is the elemental cost of the similar project we want to use. All right, now how do we go about it? Now what this implies is, now this gross floor area of 3,850 give us this elemental cost has this elemental cost of 67 million. This gross floor area of 3,850 has an elemental cost for frames and upper floor of 85,800,000 naira. This gross floor area of this houses 32,806,000 of roof construction and covering. What would 500 square meter cover? What would it house? What would it give us? Before we now start talking about CBN inflation or 5% differential or 10% additional for finishings. I hope we get it. Now let's see how this is where I made the calculations, right? Now this is the elemental cost analysis now. Now the first one is substructure. Now we're told that substructure is 67 million, right? So 3,850 has a substructure of 67 million. This is what I have here. 3,850 gross floor area houses or has a substructure of 67 million. What with 5,000 square meters, what will it give us? Right? I just prorated, I cross multiplied, and this multiplied by this divided by this. Now this gives me this. Now see what it is. This is equal to here 5,000 multiply 67 million. It is Excel, so you can go ahead divided by that. We get it. All right, now this is what I did. So for a 5,000 square meter, we'll be having an elemental substructure to be, hang on, all right, to be 87 million 12,987 naira 1 kobo. Then it says 5% differential. That is a question on foundation. We need 5% foundational differential. Look at it here. There will be a need for 5% addition for foundation differential. So I need to take that into consideration. Right, 5% of this, it gives me 4,350,649 naira 35 kobo. Now I now add CBN inflation 30%. That is the question. It says 30% of CBN inflation, and that gives me 26,103,896 naira 10 kobo. Or if I sum this up, this gives me for the proposed project, this becomes the substructure. This becomes the substructure, right? I hope this is clear. 3,850 gross square meter, right? Gross floor area gives me 67 million substructure. What will a 5,000 gives me before I start considering inflation rate or any other additional information? And let's take another example, frames. All right, now what told our frames and upper floor is 85,800,000. all right, 85,800,000. So a gross floor area of 3,850 gives me a frames and upper floor of 85,800,000 naira. Now what will a 5,000 square meter gross floor area give me? Right, I just prorated and this gives me that. All right, then I add 30% CBN inflation, then I get the new or the proposed frame for the proposed project. Remember, I said in the introduction that preliminary estimates are initial rough estimates of costs, of quantities, or of resources required for a construction project. They are typically prepared during the early stage of the project development. Now you see how we are obtaining this. They are initial rough estimates of cost, of quantities or resources required for a construction project, typically prepared during the early stages of that particular project. And they are always based on limited information because, like in this question, they want to use it for an investment appraisal if it is worth going into or not, right? And also they help for quick decision making, right? It helps the client to decide to make quick decision, quick financial or budgetary decision. All right, the same thing here at CBN inflation. This gives us the new. Now the same thing for roof construction. For roof construction, the same thing. It is 32,806,000. See it here. That is what is in the question. This is the question. Roof, right? So I add now if 38,000, 3,850 is giving me 32 million. What will 5,000 give me? All right, it will give me this. Right, if I add 30% CBN inflation rate, I have the new roof construction. The same thing we are going to do for each and every item. All right, now see where we have all this here. All right, this is this is for the new one for the roof. This is for frames. This is for roof frame and substructure. This is substructure rather. This is frame and upper floors. This is roof construction and covering. Now the same way you are going to do for every item. Now you can see it is simple, but at times it might just be very many. Now let's come to finishes. Finishes says that there will also be a need to adjust for finishes quality by adding 10% to the previous cost. 10% to the previous cost before we now add our CBN, or before we calculate what the new gross the new finishes will be before we now add your CBN inflation. Now see finishes here. It is 148,700,000. That is a question. 148 finishes, 148,700,000. All right, now add for quality first to the initial cost, which is this 14,870,000. All right, now before I start doing anything, this is it. So now 3,850 gross floor area gives me 163,570,000. What will a 5,000 square meter gross floor area give me? It gives me this. All right, then I add 30% CBN inflation rate. That gives me 276, 157, 142. Now that is what we have here. All right, now the same way we'll do for every item. Now for drainage also the same method. Now the preliminaries is this. All right, and that, so we have it to be 76,396,104. All right, of course the same thing is done to the preliminaries because we not know the percentage to which preliminary was done. All right, now this is the subtotal. All right, for the old estimate. Now this is the proposed new estimate. All right, now this is the subtotal one here. Right, this was 939,560,019 naira, but this is 1,615,000, having done every necessary adjustment. There are no contingencies according to the question. Now this is VAT. Now this VAT, though we're not told the percentage, but when I applied 7.5%, it gave me exactly that. All right, so it is 7.5% applied here also, 7.5%, wherever this. All right, so it means the VAT through the period was 7.5%. All right, so I have this. Then I want to calculate the cost per square meter, right, of the old project and compare with the cost per square meter of the new project. It's like what I just did. Right, so the total cost divided by the gross floor area, that is how you get the cost per square meter on any project you want to do. And you say you want to calculate the cost per square meter, the total cost divided by the gross floor area, and also here the total cost divided by the gross floor area. Now you can see that for the old project, the cost per square meter is 262,344 naira 70 kobo, while that of the new project is 347,381 naira 14 Kobo. All right, now if you noticed, I just showed you how you go about this. I didn't do all of them, so you might want to try your hands on the other elements like mechanical installation, electrical installation, fittings and fixtures, painting and decoration, service buildings, and all right, might want to try your hands on them. So that is how you do the calculations. Now, basically, this is how you prepare a preliminary estimate. This is how you prepare a preliminary estimate given a similar project, and you are making reference to a similar project to prepare uh, your own estimate for your new project. And basically, like I said, there are initial rough estimates of costs, of quantities, of resources that are required for a construction project, typically prepared during the early stages of a project development, and they are usually based on limited information. So basically, you need to take note. Like in our question, it is for investment appraisal purpose. Basically, a preliminary estimate aids or facilitates early decision making. All right, it enables early decision making, provide a rough project scope and cost, and it helps to identify potential risk and opportunities, and also it supports initial communication and stakeholder management. That is why you see it's okay, give us a preliminary estimate, let us know what we are looking at, let us know what we want to do, let us know how this is going to impact our pocket, what is it going to cost us, let us plan, let us have a budget. You see, these are preliminary estimates. Most times you have limited information when you prepare them, but you want to plan ahead. That is why we have preliminary estimate. I hope this video helps you. I hope it adds value to you. Please do well to like, subscribe, and comment on our videos. It is Chaka Quantics. See you guys in the next video.